So let's look at these together. We're going to multiply two numbers. And the first one we're going to look at is when we multiply a positive number times a positive number. That is going to be, the result of that is going to be a positive number. Positive times positive is positive. Then we're going to multiply two negative numbers. Negative times negative. Now some of you have that memorized already. Negative times negative is what? Well, here's the way I do it. This terminology means everything. The opposite. Whenever I see a negative sign, I'm going to think the opposite. The opposite of. Of means multiply, and that's what we're doing here. We're multiplying. The opposite of a negative is a positive. Okay? So, another two numbers we could be multiplying. We could be multiplying a negative times a positive. Well, again, this is where the terminology comes in real handy. A negative times a positive, you might say, is a negative, but here's why. The opposite of, I'm multiplying, the opposite of a positive is a negative. Okay? Then the other possibility is multiplying a positive number times a negative number. Well, let me say we look at the commutative property that we've just discussed earlier. If A times B is the same thing as B times A, then we're just switching what we have up here. We have negative times positive up here, and we said that was negative. Well, the same is true. We switched those numbers, and now we're multiplying positive times negative. Well, it's exactly the same thing. The opposite of a positive is a negative. Okay? So, to me, negative times negative equal to positive. That makes no sense until I realize what this negative sign means. It really just means opposite. So now things make a whole lot more sense to me. So get these memorized, and we'll just use it in our calculations later on.